If you are looking for Ultimate Team coins, I have the place for you. Head on over to easymuckcoin.com where you can purchase coins for as little as $45 a mil. I did not stutter. Link is in the description. Use code GS for 5% off. What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Jess. Welcome back to another Madden 21 video. Hopefully, you guys are doing fantastic. So today, I'm going to go on ahead and go over the games of the NFL that happened this past weekend. It was an incredible day of triple headers on Saturday and Sunday. Definitely just nice to have two triple headers going into the playoffs to open up. So as well as we're going to pull up the legends that were on this weekend. So we had the Bills over the Colts. Now I think most of us would have had the Bills over the Colts. It was a very close game. Colts only winning or losing by 3. Excuse me. I feel like the Colts kind of got robbed right towards the end of the game. Well, it just sucks. These we all seen the challenge that happened, and then the Bills were given their timeout back, and then they used the timeout right before the play was called, and it just so happened that the Colts threw a sideline dot that got them into field goal range, which would have tied them the game. But then they called the timeout. The Bills called the timeout for the challenge, which should have been a fumble. It is what it is. But that right there should have happened. Definitely should have been a fumble. 100% should have been a fumble. But for whatever reason, it wasn't called a fumble. And they were given their timeout back after calling a timeout so they could challenge it. And then they challenged. And then they were given their timeout back. If I'm a coach, man, that's just a devastating way to lose. Considering the past two drives, I think was a total of less than 5 minutes. Phillip Rivers marched downfield, back-to-back touchdown drives. It was a great game. I wouldn't have expected it to be that close, but the Bills look really, really, really good. We have the Rams over the Seahawks, and I tweeted out that follow me on Twitter at Mr. Golden Sports. I tweet daily that that's one of the few times I've ever seen Russell Wilson look normal. Usually the guy is just I hate him. I hate him with a passion. And it's so respectful. He's good. He's better than good. He's great. He's better than great. He's a Hall of Famer. Russell Wilson is so unbelievable. And I don't watch the Seahawks much. Usually when they just play the 49ers. And let me tell you, when they usually do, I have to sit here and watch Russell Wilson tear up our defense, drive in and drive out. He's phenomenal. He's one of this generation's best quarterback. He's phenomenal. He looked normal on Saturday. I was shook. I'm used to seeing Russell Wilson just going down and dominating. People are like, oh, Jess, he was looking like this the past 5 weeks. And I was like, well, I don't watch Seahawks games like that. But I just know every time I watch him, he's just so hellacious. He's really good. He's one of the best I've ever seen. And the Rams had him looking awful. The Rams defense is no joke, man. Absolutely no joke. And I think they play the Saints coming up. But anyways, we got the Buccaneers over the Washington football team. Then we have the Ravens over the Titans. That was today. The Saints over the Bears. And that was unfortunate. Wims, I think his name was, dropped a wide open touchdown that would have given him the lead. And who knows where the game goes from there. Because the Saints are now, behind. They're now, 7-3. I think it would have been, and who knows? The play calling might be a little different. The sense of urgency might be a little. Who knows what might happen? It's just unfortunate for the Bears. And now the Browns are up 35-10, mollywhopping the Steelers. Now, as I'm recording this, the game is still going on, but they are mollywhopping the Steelers. Mollywhopping. I've seen, because if you guys paid attention to my fantasy video, what I drafted OBJ and I drafted Landry. So I was watching Browns games, all their games at the beginning of the year, and it was sickening. It was so frustratingly bad. Very first week, I think they played, I think it was the Ravens, if I'm not mistaken. I just remember them getting blown out, and I'm like, it's going to be a long season, man. This man Baker Mayfield is missing open targets. This man OBJ is dropping passes. Landry's not getting any looks. Their defense isn't stopping any. They look sloppy. They looked really bad. And then they turned into a phenomenal team. I think they're 11-5 or whatever their record was. They had a hell of a year, and they are absolutely goomba stomping the Steelers, man. Whew, that Browns team, man. Congrats to all you Browns fans. It's been a long time, man. So savor the moments, because I know what it's like to be a fan of a team. You know, my Mets haven't won since I've been born. And it's like the Titanic. It's been 87 years. Oh, it's been a long time since the Mets did anything. Even though we just got a trade, baby. We got Frankie. You guys see what we did? Oh man, that came out of nowhere. But yeah. So the wild game of football that I'm definitely love watching playoff football. Next week, man, we're gonna have. Actually, no, it's gonna be the Rams and the Packers. It's gonna be the Bucks and Saints, and then the other teams. It depends on who wins between the Browns or the Steelers, who the Chiefs and all them stuff is gonna be facing, who the Chiefs and the Saints and all that stuff. But I mean, not the Saints, excuse me. Um, but the Bucks and the Saints, that's going to be a good game. The Rams and Packers is going to be a phenomenal game because the Rams defense looks like no joke. Man, can we talk about this Eric Weddle for a second? 94 speed, 94. When has Eric Weddle ever gotten anything remotely close to quick in this game of Madden? They really gave my man 93 stock speed. Like, is that's what we doing, Shun? 93 stock speed? 90, that's what, like, that's the only thing that makes Weddle cars, like, not so good, is the fact that he's usually slow. But, like, 94 stock, I mean, 93 stock, 94 powered up makes him actually, like, really good because his zone coverage, his man coverage, you know, his coverage is really good. He's able to get 99 zone easily. You don't even need to hit tier freaking 50 of lockdown. You can just hit tier like 20 and he's able to get 99 zone. And the short time I had his team Diamond when he was one of the highest overall free safeties to start the game, he was a goon. He was a goon. He makes plays. Eric Weddle makes plays. He has play ball on aggressive. He jumps a lot of passes on his own. The guy makes plays, and he makes a lot of them. Like he just makes a lot of plays, and usually speed is what be holding him back. But he got speed today. He's like those other Maddens. I ain't have time. I got time today though. Like that Weddle card looks phenomenal. Like really, really, really good. And then we got Clayton that came out today. The only thing about him is that he's unfortunately a he's a deep threat archetype, and these archetypes are just like they just get route tech for 3, and they don't even want me to see it. They don't even want me to show them. That's just how disrespectful it is to have those archetypes, man. Those archetypes are just like route tech is just really, really, really good. It's phenomenal, and it's just unfortunate that they don't get route tech for 2, where route runners do, and the deep threat archetypes they get slot apprentice, but you know it's an extra AP. Whereas if you went Dion, if you went a route runner, you know, I mean, if you got hot route master, it don't really matter. But still, you're wasting extra AP on route tech. Not that you need it, like you don't need route tech. You know what I mean? You don't need it. It's nice to have though. It's definitely nice to have, especially if you run up against these guys that run a lot of man to man. Route tech will definitely be a very big difference maker because route tech is going to go ahead and create that separation that you need to just torch man. And zone is not really useful that much just because of, you know, it doesn't matter if you cut really clean on a post against the deep half, you know, you're not going to create any more separation than if you didn't have it. You know, it doesn't really matter. Take a look at this Mark Clayton, though. Again, unfortunately, he has the deep threat archetype. But you know what? They don't even want me to show it. They're like, you know what? You don't need to look at them. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna try one more time. And shout out to Nickelodeon for hosting the game, and it was dope. They scored. They had the whole slime thing in the end zone, like introducing football to the youth and like things like that. I think are dope, man. I definitely think it's dope. Like I would have definitely watched more football growing up if there was more of a kid aspect to it. Because when you're a kid, you don't know what's going on. You don't really understand everything. But, you know, seeing things like that, like slime being thrown on an end zone, like that right there would have made you be like, okay, well that's obviously good. Like that's dope. All right, let's try the non-powered up version, the non-limited. See if we can. Maybe let's just go to attributes. We don't need to compare. So 94 stock speed. He has 95 powered up. He's able to get to 97 speed total. Obviously, great deep route running, great medium, great short. Hits all the thresholds. A very good jumping, 5'9". Again, he's just it's just that he's the deep threat. But I'm just shocked that Eric Weddle got that blazing fast speed. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the weekend of football games. The Nickelodeon thing I think was dope. We're back to gameplay tomorrow, and then I really, really, really thinking about kicking up to like a few gameplays a day. Time to really crank it up a notch. Maybe do some just playing head to head, not ultimate team. We'll figure something out, man. There's a lot of things in the crunch time I wanna start doing. But let me know, your thoughts and opinions on this playoff Saturday, Sunday. Definitely a handful of really good games today. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on Legends. I would like to think that we're going to be getting Ultimate Legends possibly this weekend, if not very soon. You would think that they're going to scrap the Legend promo pretty soon and start handing out Ultimate Legends. And the possibility, there's so many guys that need extra cards. Like, there's hundreds and hundreds of Team Diamonds and Campus Heroes and just Legends and all these guys that they've thrown out. There's a lot of them. So there's a ton of possibilities. So there's going to be a lot of Ultimate Legends. The sooner they start, the better. It's your boy Jess. We're going to go up and signing out. I appreciate the love and support as always. Until next time, peace.